Best Star Wars movies we could have gotten out of the current situation. There you go.
Best one we could have gotten
out of the possible situation of where we are in. Not, I never said best Star Wars movie. I said of where we were at with Star Wars.
The course correction is strong with this one.
Yep.
Because they. I feel like pacing wise, this movie could have been longer, and it could have added a lot more story. Because we're 9 movies in, so at this point, don't rush things. All right. Don't already like start putting more mysteries that you're not going to give answers to at this point. Just lay it all out.
They don't really do that though.
They don't really do that, no. But there are things in the movie that are left vague in the sense where they shouldn't have been left that vague, and people will be annoyed by that. But at the same time, the team, J.J. Abrams and the rest of the people, they do what they can to patch things together for the ending here, and it's not a perfect movie at all, but it has its moments where like, okay, that's a good choice, that's a good direction. But when they try to like answer some bits or try to like come up with new plot threads and at the beginning of this movie, it feels like, oh, that should have been at the end of the last movie, because now it's just like, where did this come from? Out of nowhere at the ending of the trilogy. So that could have been a lot better. But yeah, it's
instead of having a little boy break up a broom, you could have had another scene that set up this movie.
Yeah. I mean, you all know about the Palpatine thing because you saw the trailers. And
if you didn't, whoops.
We're not gonna be cutting this, by the way. We're gonna let this be like one take here because just be honest about the feelings.
Not much to say because obviously we're not spoiling anything. So, yeah.
I think a big mistake is that if Disney wants to feel unburdened by Star Wars fans, then that's an issue because it's their own fault. It is their own fault. But if it was Abrams' choice to do some of the things that they decided to do towards, I guess, the end of the movie, then, I mean, he did reach as far as he could with the barrel of the ideas here. I mean, I don't feel like any of this really would have been part of what George would have imagined. I mean, at all. None of this really. But I thought Kylo Ren had a good story. And for what they could do with him. You'll be disappointed by the Knights of Ren, by the way. 3PO may have been the best character in the movie. Because he finally gets to do things again. I was happy about that.
Full-blown main seat.
Lando is back, and I was impressed by how they were able to use the footage from Carrie Fisher and integrate it as well as they possibly could with this. Given the fact that, like an important character that could have been gone from the movie, and that would have been a risk. Yeah. How do you feel about the character of Rey? Daisy Ridley.
I guess let's wrap her up, basically. All right. There's her story, I guess.
There's more of a progression. Yes, there's more of a progression of where this character is going, and it found a direction eventually. Yeah.
The weird part about this is that this feels like so much of a J.J. Abrams movie, just in a weird sort of way. That because he started the series, and he ended it. It feels so weird. Like this year should have just been these 2 movies, and then there should just not have been the one in between, almost in a weird way. Like, because it's clearly so like, like that one again, because the style of directing, and the way the story is told. So like since J.J. is trying to be fast and trying to and throw the nostalgia ball back and forth with you. Ryan obviously did a lot less of that. More like, he took his time. Taking his time isn't a problem.
It's an independent little movie. It's
because taking his time with scenes is important. There's plenty of many scenes that were very important that the time was taken with.
Luke would never say that,
and that's good. And
that's good that he would never say that.
And now we have like random 180 character switches because clearly that's just not what he wanted to do. So he was like, well, now I'm in charge, so I'll just do what I want. And it's very clear. So expect complete change in kind of not tone. It's Star Wars, but just not the way tone. The story flows in the sense that you're going back to Force Awakens story flowing context of rather quick fun, whatever the fuck, and a differentiation from the Ryan one, which was kind of like whatever. Point is, like, that movie can't help but feel like filler, and I get it. In a trilogy, sometimes a movie can feel like filler, but the problem is,
I mean, I think
feel
they
like
wanted
filler,
to see that as being the serious one.
It didn't feel like filler in the original trilogy, and that's the problem here, because it's just supposed to be one big story you're just seeing in a whoop.
Right.
But here, that movie now, you won't be able to not feel it like filler, because if you look at what is accomplished in difference from the first to the last movie, that movie's things don't really play into anything, because clearly they didn't want to play into any of those, and I mean that to the fullest extent. Like,
right from the opening crawl, you
like,
cannot notice things.
Straight up, you're just like opening crawl. Oh, I guess we're just doing this. Like, straight up, you're just telling me. Okay.
No warm up. No, it's just like,
I guess
this is it. Here you go.
So,
Pop.
and including, and I'll just say this because ain't no one gonna. I think you'd rather hear this spoiler. Oh yeah, Rose gets no fucking screen time, and just from the way she talks, she sounds fucking upset about it. There's literally a scene where it feels like, you ready to go? She's like, no, General Leia needs me here to like check things. I'm like, yeah, that's, no one wants you around.
Speaking of not doing much, you got Lupita Nyong'o. Why is she just standing around and saying things like, oh, expository dialogue? Here you go.
Who was she?
Lupita Nyong'o. Oscar-winning actor. I mean,
was he the little guy?
No, she plays Mascanada.
Oh. Okay, well, fuck, she played Mascanada in the seventh one.
I know, but I mean, in this one, it feels like, okay, that's all you're gonna do, you know?
Yeah, it was Mascanada. What the fuck do you want her to do? Flip around?
No, but it felt like that character was gonna lead somewhere. Like, it has to have some sort of more of an importance in the story, but it like some force guide person or something. But you know, it's a character that's not used really. It's just a background character as well with Rose. So the only real characters that you're gonna spend a lot of time with
more forward
are Poe Dameron, John Boyega. 3PO, which I was happy about, and Chewbacca, and then Kylo and Daisy Ridley. So those are the people that you're gonna follow around. Like, don't expect too much of the other characters being main characters. They are only supporting. So for the first time, we actually followed the new characters like properly on an adventure, and they should have really have led with that more. Because if they wanted to make a movie more, or a story or a trilogy more about them, that's fine. But they were trying to wrap up. They were trying to wrap up the stories from the original characters in such a way where it's like, no, you're being hasty. You're being hasty, and your ending is in a depressive way, and it doesn't feel right. Like we saw with Luke, for example, in the last movie, the Star Wars, the second one. Even Adam Driver doesn't even remember the name of the Last Jedi. I saw that in an interview. It's funny. But like, you know, like the legacy of the Jedi is failure, and now he says, no, it's a destiny of a Jedi to confront fear.
That's what happens when it's a 180 and J.J. Abrams goes, son, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna do my thing.
We can't turn back now. Fear is the greatest defense. I doubt that the actual security there is any greater than what it is on Acolyte of Sallust, but what there most likely is a large-scale assault. Directed towards large-scale assault. Luke would say that, but that's a cut line from the original movie, A New Hope. But that makes more sense than him saying that he came to that island to die. So yeah, that's my point. That's my script, like George said when he wrote episode 2. Attack of the Clones.
Star Wars. It's
no. Okay, here's another thing.
Oh, this is an over.
Here's another thing. Yeah, here's another thing. So. The Skywalker's Anakin chosen one, right? Remember what happens at the end of Return of the Jedi?
Mm-hmm.
Bringing balance to the Force and everything. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of that has been undone. Or most of it's been undone. With this choice right from the get-go at the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. From that choice, it's like you could have had another plot point, but I didn't mind seeing Pappy back because he's entertaining to watch, but as a plot point, it didn't make sense to me. Yeah. So if you just see this as a little standalone science fiction adventure in space, starring Daisy Ridley as a person with lightsaber, then you're gonna have a great time. I mean, we'll see this again, and we'll see how this feels over time. But at the moment, I'm like, you should have led with a lot of more things from the beginning. As it is, might be the best in the trilogy, though. So, because this has most fulfillment. Well, what do you say?
That's about right.
Yeah. At least it doesn't set up something that has no payoff later. At least this one's like, oh, okay, here it is. There you go. Yeah.
Watch Mandalorian. It's good.
Mm. Is this too depressing?
Watch Mandalorian.
Watching us be like this.
I don't know.
Right now.
Watch Mandalorian. It's good. I like it. I haven't seen the 6th episode yet. I hear it's cool. It looks cool.
I mean,
a Twi'lek.
It's not an entirely serious movie because we laughed sometimes.
See, Trippier made the funnies.
Yeah. And he was genuinely funny, I thought.
Yeah.
You did it, JJ. Kathleen Kennedy.
You did it, you sons of bitches. You did it again. You made a hit film. Well, that's it. It's over.
Luke wouldn't say that. Luke wouldn't do this. Luke wouldn't say that. Luke wouldn't
Can't
do
wait
this.
to see what they come up with for the next installment of Star Wars Saga. Old Republic. Do it, you fuck. You need someone to cast for Revan. I can. I'm okay. I can play.
This guy could probably do it.
I'd Revan.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to do
Wrong
a Palpatine origin show? I'll be Palpatine, a young Palpatine. I'll be seduced by the dark side or whatever. Murder some younglings. You know,
we get to see the tragedy of Darth Plagueis, the why.
No, Darth Plagueis is the idiot.
It's a Sith legend. It's not the sort of thing they tell the Jedi. Darth Plagueis.
I can get like a Darth Maul baby or something.
Darth Maul baby.
It's me and Darth Maul baby around the galaxy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good because
right?
then merchandise,
Dude, baby Maul.
Baby Maul.
Bad boy sells.
Yeah, right.
Bad boy sells. So it's me as Pappy traveling the galaxy with Baby Maul, teaching him the dark side.
Yeah, because Baby Maul will become, Maul, Ray Park Maul.
Yeah.
So, and remember Solo?
Sadly.
Remember that movie ends?
Maul. I guess he's alive. We know he's alive in that
time
time
period. But it's like they
right.
were. Now that's clear. Like, oh, let's make another one.
No one wanted another one, so there you go.
So after this, we're getting Mandalorian is still going on right now, and then after that, it's gonna be
Obi-Wan Kenobi, 4 episodes. Get ready. Basically a movie.
Right. A miniseries Obi-Wan, and then Cassian Andor. Miniseries, and then
that's it for now.
New trilogy at some point.
Rumors of Mace Windu, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, have you not heard this?
No.
Yeah.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Huh.
Apparently, it's like, hey, we don't see a body. I'm like,
oh, like that. I was thinking like, are you saying like a prequel thing?
Mm-hmm.
But
no, it'd be Sam Jackson.
Oh, like that he survived.
Yes.
Sure.
You'd probably get a miniseries.
Sure, at this point, as long as it's Samuel Jackson,
it would be Samuel Jackson. Have him swear. I don't even swear in Star Wars. Have him swear.
I mean, according to 3PO, R2 swears sometimes.
Good.
Yeah.
I respect that.
But we don't get to hear it because of the droid.
Yeah.
They fly now?
What? That's the equivalent of Rey going like, I have the Force now? I have the Force now. Like, yes. What?
Yes, you have the Force
like,
now.
I was thinking, like, I guess they mean specifically the First Order. I guess. And maybe Trippier has just never dealt with flying stormtroopers in his existence, I guess.
Even though he was a stormtrooper in part of the Empire.
But I guess they just didn't have them then.
Yeah. And I'm sure the rebels have seen troopers with jetpacks before because especially like.
I guess not Poe and Finn.
And Tripio must have.
I guess not Tripio either.
I mean, he's seen.
I guess he hasn't though.
He's seen plenty of
His
laser
memory's
battles.
been wiped before. He doesn't remember the Clone Wars. So
Spoil.
the Clone Wars.
All right.
What are you talking about? Spoilers. The Clone Wars. His memory was wiped. Everyone knows this. I guess he doesn't remember the Clone Wars. R2 doesn't either, right?
No, R2 does.
R2 does.
Yeah, because they only said let's wipe the memory of the protocol. He's like, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. R2 gets to remember everything. Fuck's Tripio, I guess. So R2 remembers the old Clone Wars and shit. Maybe talk to that fucking bit more. Maybe he knows some shit. Fuck me.
All right, let's make like a thumbnail post or something. Like using the Force, like do like your Palpatine. When Palpatine does a lot of fighting, it's like you can do a lot of that, and then people will fall down. Come on, you can do a better pose. Nobody's watching, so
here. We filmed this. You know how stupid we look? You're welcome.
yeah, there you go.
Goodbye. I'm going to Romania. Goodbye.
Yes,
The
see
film is
you.
over. It's done. The film is quitting.
Devins is joining Disney Plus.
Oh, thank God. I would gladly. Maybe I could fix Star Wars.
Yeah, so if you're new to the channel,
Please leave.
this is a very childish channel. We're very childish over here. We're not serious.
No.
We're just playing
I'm
around.
fun.
We're playing around.
I guess don't put your shit on the fucking dusty ass.
Alright, spoilers.
No spoilers. The guy bye. It's done. Oh, I guess sure. The one spoiler is I am raised. I'm not gonna say it. All right, but if Hampus is watching this, I guess that was a cringy line you read on the internet. I guess. All right.
Why did you read the spoilers, Hampus?
I don't fucking know. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Well, actually, you have to go up and like click stop record because How long is the video?
Too long.
It is too long. Too many to remember.
You can't quote that if only you and me are the people.
Trivia.
No.
The first movie we ever did as Deaf Films was a Star Wars fan film 10 years ago, and there's a scene in that
Followed
movie.
by two more the very next day.
Yes, but there's a scene in the movie where David as Darth Deaf, Master Deaf or something, he wakes up after a battle, and then he's like, too many.
But didn't you like absorb the memories of like the blade or some shit?
Right.
The whole classic Star Wars sense shit.
You're right. It was something like that. Yeah.
Hey, there was some level of logic. Not mensch,
Yeah.
but some. Mensch. Not
You
mensch.
heard it here first, folks. We're gonna make our own Star Wars.
Can't wait to
sequel
get
trilogy.
sued by Disney. The mouse himself.
Let's see them get after us. Let's see them try.
Okay, well, Polly can take the suing. I won't. I claim no responsibility.
I'm gonna hold on to this.
Oh, it's over.
This is the.
Whoa, wow, we really have been going at it for a long time. Alright, well, I'm outie.
Alright. We're leaving the building. Yeah. Can you stop?
Someone commented on my old video.
Your old video?
Yeah. On the old, these ones. I missed this game.
Oh.
Good for you, Scott.
No.
That's nice.
Can you turn the camera off?
No.
Okay,
He tried.
I tried. I don't have the force.